Hello again, everyone. Welcome to a new game. Let's go ahead and play. Ooh, look. A floppy disk. I'm sure many of you have realized what I'm playing by now. The software you are now using was produced through the efforts of many people, designers, artists, programmers, musicians, and lots of other hardworking folks. If you are making copies of this software for any reason other than to make a personal backup, you are not only breaking the law, but raising the cost of software for all legitimate users. Please do not make illegal copies of this game. Oh, by the way, you will need the information contained in the printed documentation to successfully complete this game. In other words, it's not just the law, it's a good idea. Sonny Bonds should have popped up to say that. Yes! Sierra! Woohoo! Who doesn't love Sierra games? Okay, actually there are quite a few people out there who don't. Okay, well, let's go ahead and watch the introduction. Wanted hero for the village of Spielberg. Quest for Glory 1. So you want to be a hero? Well, no, actually I don't. I kind of want to make a parody of this game called The Quest for Anonymity. So you don't want to be known. Just basically have the game entirely about trying to avoid being known for anything and doing anything at all, but always having to. Having every attempt to do so backfire on you. That kind of thing. But that's about the limit of the ideas I have in that regard. I really wish the Coles would make more games like this. But I suppose there are reasons that they can't. Well, I mean, they certainly can't make any more games in the Quest for Glory series, at least as of right now. That would be rights issues. Yeah. Whoa, that was interesting. Thank you for that odd. Whee! Okay, so we can create a fighter. We can create a magic user. Or we can create a thief. I'm going to go for the fighter. I like playing fighters in Quest for Glory games. And I forgot to increase the cycles. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Okay. So here, let's go ahead and put my name in. You can't choose genders, so you're always male, so I'm going with Ald. You've got 50 points available that you can distribute into the various skills here. Well, you've got your stats: strength, intelligence, agility, vitality, luck, and magic. And then you've got your skills: weapon use, parry, dodge, stealth, picklocks, throwing, and climbing. To start with, I'm going to put 5 points into magic. However, that removes 15 points from my available points. Also going to do 5 points in stealth and 5 points in picklocks. So I do not have enough to put 5 points into climbing. So what else do we want to put it into? Let's go ahead and put it into vitality. I would like to have more hit points, please. And stamina. Health and stamina will definitely be the big limiting factors in my in this playthrough for me. Let's go ahead and start. Look, I already have 1 point. Yes, I'm on a roll. This seems like a quaint little town. Like a quiet little town. On the porch ahead of you are 2 people. The standing one is large, rather ugly, and playing with a yo-yo. The seated person smoking a pipe looks like he might be the sheriff. The man with the pipe greets you. Welcome to our town. You are lucky to have made it down from the mountains before the snow blocked the pass again. It's gotten pretty dangerous outside of town, I understand. Many monsters have been trapped around here with the late snow. Between them and the brigands, we certainly could use a hero around here. I am Sheriff Schultz Meisterson. This is Otto von Goon, my assistant. Good luck in your quest. Why, thank you. Alright, let's go ahead and increase the speed a bit, the volume a bit, and the detail a bit. We'll see how this goes. And, of course, it's a Sierra game, so let's go ahead and save. There's more than a hint of ogre about this strange and bulky character. He seems cheerful, though. Schultz appears to be an affable old coot, content to smoke his pipe. There's a hardness behind his eyes, however, that gives you reason to believe that he's no pushover. If this is the town water supply, no wonder nobody ever comes here. There's not much to look at. The sign reads, Hero's Tale Inn. The sign of the scissors above the door indicates that the building contains a barber shop. There's a sign on the door of the barber shop. It says, Out to lunch. The sheriff's office doubles as a jail for the town, and a hangout for the sheriff and the goon. I was hoping I could look at the statue. The ugly statue seems to be watching you. Okay. Oh, yes. Moving nice and fast now. Actually, maybe I will reduce the speed a bit. Nope, can't do that right now.
Welcome, traveler, to the Hero's Tale Inn. I am Shamin, at your service. May you find what you seek here.
Yeah, that's always my goal. Yeah, let's go ahead and reduce the speed a bit. Let's go ahead and talk to this guy.
Very good food, very good drink, finest in town. Sit, rest. You will be served by my Shima.
Well, I don't have a whole lot of money right now, but I will need to do that at some point. So, but we'll hold off on doing that. Actually, let me go ahead and increase the speed a tad, not quite all the way up to the top. There we go. You get no response. Well, let's talk to the sheriff. Let's ask about the mountain. You should know. You came down from there. Let's ask about the town. This town was named after the barons of Spielberg. It used to be a lively place to be before the brigands came and drove all the business away. You can find a place to stay at the inn next door. You can learn about the jobs available at the guild hall down the street. If you are interested in magic, you should visit the magic shop. There is still plenty to do and see here in Spielberg. Let's ask about the Baron. Baron Stefan keeps mostly to himself at his castle north of here. We haven't seen him down here in town for years. Wow, that's an awfully long time. And I have 2 points! Woohoo! Let's ask about magic. Just next to the inn is a small magic shop. The owner, Zara, will let you in if you have some abilities in that area. She's a strange one, all right. Go talk to the innkeeper. He will help you there. What can you tell me about the guild hall? The guild hall is at the southwest corner of town. If you're looking for work, that's a good place to start. I suppose it probably would be. I'll be going there shortly. Let's ask about monsters. The monsters come down from the mountains every winter. But they're usually gone by now. The Baron just doesn't have enough men to handle them. Wolfgang is the one to talk to about monsters. He's had a lot of experience with them. Wolfgang down at the guild hall is the one to talk to about monsters. He's had a lot of experience with them. Okay, we've talked about the guild hall. Let's ask about the brigands. There's a whole band of brigands hiding out somewhere in the mountains around us. They robbed a merchant just last week. Got a fair amount of treasure, I hear. The one who was robbed, he's staying at the inn, I believe. Now, I have talked to him about the inn, about treasure. Obtaining treasure involves putting yourself in danger. If you're brave, foolish, or lucky, you might get some treasure. I plan to. What can you tell me about the danger around here? My friend, this world's filled with dangers. Sometimes I think it might be better to choose your danger rather than sitting around waiting for it, as I seem to do. But enough of this philosophical rambling. I am content enough to be Sheriff of Spielberg. Adventure. You'll need to talk to the Baron about that, or go ask Wolfgang down at the Guildhall, which is just down the street. So maybe you're going to be a hero? No, I want anonymity. Well, we could surely use one around here, but with all the bandits. I'm actually just here to see if you're interested in life insurance. I've talked to him about that. I'm Sheriff Schultz Meisterson, and this is Otto von Goon, my assistant. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and head over this way. The eye over the magic shop door seems to be watching you. Ooh. So, I did give myself some magic skill, but I don't have any spells yet. So, I might want to buy some. Let's see what I have in my inventory. I have one shield, weighs 12 pounds, 20 pounds for my leather jerkin, 5 food rations, 1 broadsword, and 4 gold pieces and 10 silver pieces. I believe that 10 silver pieces to 1 gold. So I essentially have 50 silver. So I could go buy some magic, but I don't really have a high enough skill in anything in it yet. So okay, I guess I can't. Can I get up there? Maybe not. She's really sleeping soundly. It doesn't notice your presence. No. Judging from what the sign says, the building at the end of the street is the Guildhall. You've come to the end of the main street. The town wall is to the south. You have an eerie feeling that someone is watching you. You enter the Adventurers Guildhall. This Adventurers Guildhall reminds you of the one in your hometown. The traditional moose head and other stuffed monsters, Saurus, troll, griffin, dragon, cheetar, and the terrible Antwerp adorn the walls. You see a registration book on the table and the bulletin board full of job listings. The man seated near the window must be the guildmaster. He is snoring. Let's go ahead and... Can I... You sign your name into the adventurer's logbook with a flourish. Because I am that kind of awesome. The tapestry is so rotten it would probably fall apart at the slightest touch. You never saw a purple Saurus before you came to Spielberg, but it looks like a really stupid monster. The plaque says, Saurus slain by Hans Hafwitten. The plaque under the moose says, courtesy of the Sierra Online Prop Department. This crossbreed of eagle and lion could have torn a man apart when it was alive. The plaque reads, Griffin, slain by Wolfgang Abentur. Looks like it must have been a particularly nasty troll. You wouldn't want to meet him in a dark forest. The plaque reads, Troll slain by Wolfgang Abentur. Probably pronouncing that wrong. This is certainly a weird one. You've never seen anything quite like it. The plaque reads, Antwerp slain by 2 guys from Andromeda. I guess they took a break from being saved by Roger Wilco. The head is like a panther's, but with a strong human-like quality. It is still rather frightening. The plaque reads, Cheetar, slain by Wolfgang Abentur. Of course, that's adventurer. Even in death, this monster remains awesome. The plaque reads, Dragon, slain by Baron Stefan von Spielberg. Oh, impressive. Let's go over and take a look at the board. Now I'm up to 9 points. Sweet. Reward for return of lost ring. Inquire at the healers. This poster is rather dusty and faded. The pictures of a small child with braids. Reward of 50 gold coins for the safe return of Elsa von Spielberg. Inquire at Spielberg Castle Gates. Reward of 30 gold coins for the capture or death of the brigand warlock. Description: short, ugly, and wears brightly colored robes. Has habit of laughing continually. Inquire at Spielberg Castle gates. Notice: spell components needed. Cash or trade for potions. Inquire at the healers. Wanted: brigand leader. Description: unknown appearance. Wears a cloak. Must provide proof of leader's identity. Reward of 60 gold coins and title of Hero of the Realm. Inquire at Spielberg Castle gates. Well, so guys, you wanted to be a hero. There you go. You can go do that. I'm not going to. This poster seems to have been here quite a while. It has a picture of a handsome but arrogant young man. Reward of 50 gold coins for information leading to the return of Baronet Bernard von Spielberg. Inquire at Spielberg Castle gates. Okay, well, there's quite a few little missions to go through. Can we look at this? A past adventurer's armor suit. You wonder why he doesn't need it anymore. Then you see the cheetar claw marks. Wakey, wakey, sleepyhead!
I was so busy I didn't notice you come in. Welcome, welcome. It is so seldom that we have new adventurers here. Most people think this valley is cursed. I was so busy I did not notice you. Come into the Adventurers Guild Hall. Welcome, welcome. It is so seldom we have new adventurers here. Most people think the valley is cursed.
What can you tell me about the Guild Hall? Yay, 10 points. On a roll, yeah!
This is where an adventurer can find out who needs someone brave and courageous. Or there are many jobs on the bulletin board over there.
Oh, there are many jobs. Whatever.
It is also a good place to talk about adventurers on a cold afternoon. We used to play cards here once a week as well. But there are too few adventurers in Spielberg anymore. They all died from monsters or brigands, or they just got too old. Did I ever tell you about the time when Schultz and I rid this valley of Antwerps? Yeah, we were real adventurers then.
I would do a German accent for this guy, but I can't. I can't do German accents.
And this was a real guild hall. Now we are just old men, and this is just a place to tell old stories. You can see some of the types of monsters that live around here if you look at our walls. There are trolls, griffins, cheetars, mantrays, and goblins wandering in the woods.
There are not any griffins.
I hear there are even some ogres and Saurus Rexes back in this valley. There was a time when Schultz and I had gotten rid of most of the monsters around here, but we are just too old for that now.
Yeah, see? Griffin, not on the list.
Trolls are very tough. Fortunately, they only come out at night. The woods are very dangerous at night. The Saurus is a monster easy to avoid and easy to kill for a skilled adventurer. Ogres are a lot like goons, but even meaner. Not as bright, though. Goblins are not tough, but when they gang up, they can take out an unwary adventurer. Cheetars are ferocious creatures that charge out of nowhere and try to tear you to shreds. Sometimes they succeed.
I imagine that they would succeed quite often against simple folk.
Those weird things are magical. They are best avoided. Don't mistake those things for Sauruses. When they come at you, it is sometimes best just to run away.
Okay, let's ask about something else then. What about the bulletin board?
Over on the wall over there is where the jobs are posted for adventurers. Some have been there a long time now. There just aren't too many good adventurers around here lately. You need to talk to either the Baron or the healer about that.
Let's ask about the healer.
Her house is just north of the town gate. She's a nice woman. The castle is just north of the healer's house.
Okay, it's good to know where stuff is. What about the trophies?
Schultz and I killed most of the monsters on those walls.
Let's ask about the dragon.
One day, years ago, a pair of dragons tried to take over our valley. We adventurers rode out to meet them. I can still see Stefan von Spielberg charging forward on his black horse. He slew that dragon whose head you see there on the wall, and the other one flew off. I hear people see the other dragon flying high overhead sometimes, but it has never dared to attack us again.
You would think it would realize that the people had gotten old by now.
This valley was overrun by those odd monsters one year. Schultz and I fought long and hard to rid the valley of those things. We might have failed even so had it not been for those 2 peculiar tourists who came to our aid.
Tourists, you say?
They said they came from some place called Andromeda. Must be someplace south of here, I guess. They certainly were odd.
Nah. I doubt it.
That was the most vicious moose I ever saw. Nearly bit my nose off.
A moose bit my sister once. Oops. I forgot that the volume was turned up so high on that. I'll finish talking to this guy, and then we'll end the episode.
I remember the day I killed one. It was the biggest I had ever seen. I put up a tough fight, but I was tougher. You can see the results on the wall. Watch out for cheetahs. I bear the scars of my fight with the one on the wall to this day. Still, it is stuffed, and I am still alive. I remember when Hans killed the one there. It was a tough fight for him.
Let's ask about Hans Halfwitten.
It wasn't much of an adventure, but he did manage to kill a Saurus before he made the mistake of tangling with a troll.
There's nothing really, Oh, wait, no, actually, there are more things to talk about.
Whoa! I am Wolfgang Abentur, the guildmaster of this hall. I am supposed to keep track of all the adventurers and make sure they sign their names in the log. There was a time when I would go out and rescue foolhardy adventurers who got into too much trouble, but I don't get out much now.
What about the curse?
Pshaw, with the Baron losing his son and daughter, Baba Yaga, all the monsters, and now the brigands, it has just been one thing after another.
What can you tell me about the Baron?
Baron von Spielberg was once a brave protector of our valley. We used to adventure together when I was younger. No brigand or monster would dare show his face here if the Baron had not angered Baba Yaga. Now it is said he goes nowhere and sees no one.
Well, what can you tell me about the Baron's son?
Now there was a hero and worthy of the name Bernard von Spielberg. He rode off to hunt one morning 5 years ago, and his horse returned with large claw marks on it. No sign of Bernard's body was ever found.
What about the Baron's daughter?
Elsa was a beautiful 8-year-old child with blonde hair and sky-blue eyes. She was her father, the Baron's joy. 10 years ago, she was carried off by something which flew over the wall and away with her. The search for her lasted many years, but at last everyone gave up except the Baron's jester Yorick.
Ah, alas, poor Yorick. I knew him. No, actually, I didn't.
Yorick was a funny little man, but brave. He swore he would spend his life searching for the Baron's Elsa.
What about Baba Yaga?
She is the center of our problems, I think. Baba Yaga is a powerful ogre. Baron von Spielberg tried to force her to leave this valley, but she cursed him. Now the Baron has lost everything but his land, and I don't know how long he will keep that. What our valley needs is a hero.
Well, what can you tell me about a hero?
A real hero is someone who didn't start out strong or powerful, but uses his courage and brains and skills to become the best he can be.
In other words, someone who leveled up? Nah, there's no leveling in this game.
There's a reward for anyone who can stop the brigands by capturing or killing the leaders of the brigands. You should read the bulletin board for more information.
What about Spielberg?
Spielberg town is small now that most people have been driven off by the brigands. This is such a pretty place, too, with the mountains, forests, and waterfalls. The mountains surrounding this valley are very high. Snow covers the tops all year long. The only way out of Spielberg Valley is through the pass, though. I hear that it is blocked by snow again. The forests are full of creatures and strange monsters. There are some nice waterfalls to the south of town. They fill Mirror Lake, which is lovely, but icy cold all year round.
Ooh. Icy water. Tasty. No, I asked about that. What about the town?
This town used to be a thriving city before the brigands drove most of the people off.
What about the magic shop?
I don't know much about magic, but the woman who runs that place scares me. Caspar at the store would like to be an adventurer, or so he says. He spends too much time dreaming and not enough doing, I think. I've never liked that place. The bartender smiles all the time, but he is not very friendly. Crusher lives up to his name. He's nasty even for a goon. A goon is a lot like an ogre. Not as tough, but a little smarter. The sheriff's Otto and Crusher at the tavern are both goons.
Let's ask about something else. What about the bakery?
I think the bakery is almost always closed now. The baker tries to stay away from his wife.
What about the butcher?
I don't think the butcher shop is open much anymore either.
What about the candlestick maker? Oh, there's no candlestick maker.
The farmer's mart is run by the centaurs. Heinrich Ferdeferden and his daughter Hildy.
Ferdeferden.
There are not too many centaurs in this land. Heinrich and Hildy are good people.
Yeah, having two centaurs doesn't especially when they're father and daughter, doesn't exactly lead to high population. Well, I suppose it could, but yeah.
Schultz Meisterson and I have been friends for a long time. He too was once a real adventurer. Now he is just the sheriff of this town.
Let's ask about Otto.
I like Otto even if he is a goon. Schultz has him almost trained.
Okay, I think that's enough talking for this episode. And next episode, we will continue exploring around Spielberg. Yeah, look at me pose. Oh, yeah. Right, gotta pose again. There we go. Yeah! Don't I look heroic? Very much so. See you guys in the next episode.